yourself. Get your angles right. Hello, hello. Welcome to Talk About It Tuesday. I am Karma with Lewis Acre Farm, and I am your host for today. Uh, Miss Glenda from Grace and Fire and her wonderful husband, Sir Grace, are off celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary. And so she couldn't be here with me today. And so I am hosting my show by myself today, but that's okay. We are going to have a good time. Um, I uh, had hoped to have a co-host with me today, but was unable to find someone who was able to join me today. Um, that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to have a great time. So, anyway, um, let me just check something really quick here. Yep. Okay. Just had to check a setting real quick. Um, so we are getting ready to celebrate the birthday of our wonderful country. And um, I I think that this is a time that can be um, mixed for a lot of people. Um, Sadly, there's been a shift in a sense of patriotism. People don't have the same sense of patriotism that they had even when I was younger. When I was a child, patriotism was still very much alive. Um, but I've seen a real shift in the attitude of the younger generations and their sense of pride in our country. And I can understand to a degree why that shift, but we do still live in one of the greatest countries in the world. Um, and we were very blessed to have been born in the United States. We have a lot of freedoms that other countries don't have. And we have the freedom to voice our opinions and to voice our displeasure in the things that we see that are wrong with our government. We have the freedom to voice our displeasure in the things that we see that are wrong with society. There are so many countries in this world who don't have those freedoms. And if for no other reason than those freedoms, the freedom of speech, we should stand loud and proud and celebrate those freedoms in whatever way, um, legally and safely, that we feel that we as an individual should celebrate. And we also need to get back to being respectful of our neighbors, our friends and family. Respect has gone out the door. Um, there was a time when people actually respected each other and actually thought about their actions and how that their actions affected the person next to them. And I don't see that as much anymore. And I don't want to belabor the point, and that's really not what I want to talk about today. But I do hope that as you celebrate the 4th of July, the birth of our nation, I do hope and pray that you will take a moment to think about the person next to you, the person next door, the person down the street. And think about the actions that you take, how your actions will affect the person next to you. We have a lot of veterans in our country to whom we owe so much. We owe so much. We owe a debt of gratitude and respect to those veterans. And I do hope that you will take a moment to think about them and the sacrifices that they and their families have made so that you can celebrate the birth of our nation. And celebrate respectfully. So that's basically what I wanted to mention today about the 4th of July. Just celebrate respectfully. And remember our veterans. For many veterans, the 4th of July is very traumatic for them. And also remember your pets. Remember the pets of your neighbors. Not just pets, but the livestock. It's a terrifying, terrifying time for them. And, you know, you may not have any pets and you may not have any livestock, but those around you do, and your actions affect them. I'm not saying don't celebrate. That's not at all what I'm saying. Just be respectful. That's all I'm saying, is just be respectful. And know the laws around you in regard to the use of fireworks. Just know your city and county ordinances. Just because you can get a particular firework doesn't mean you're allowed to use it in your neighborhood. We have that issue right here where we are. Just a few miles down the road, there's a fireworks stand that's open year-round, and they do. In Idaho, there's a law you're not allowed to use aerial fireworks. The big M80s can be sold, but you're supposed to sign a waiver that you will not set them off in Idaho. You can sign that waiver all day long, but if it's sold in the state, you know it's going to be used. And those laws need to be changed. If they're not supposed to be used, they shouldn't be sold. But people do it all the time. And just know your laws and be respectful of your neighbors. So anyway, let's go on to welcome our chat. We have Rebecca. one of my beautiful moderators and friends. Thank you so much for being here. And we have Nancy with our treasured home. Thank you so much for being here, Nancy. Ronson, thank you for being here. And Ronson is my son and my administrative moderator. He helps me out so much with the channel. And we have several in the background listening in. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. I also want to welcome in those of you who are Ronson. Yes, you are a very beautiful moderator. I appreciate your beauty. You're beautiful inside and out. You wear a beautiful, beautiful beard. And you're getting some beautiful long locks too. Those of you who are watching the replay, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. The replay crew is so very important. And just appreciate you. And I want you to know that. If you would please be sure that you hit the thumbs up, and that way I know that you've been here to watch. And it also lets YouTube know that Talk About It Tuesday is an important show and that it should be pushed out a little bit so that others know about it. We need to grow our audience and get more people coming over to watch. So if you would please hit that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, if you just take a moment to subscribe and just help the channel grow. Glenda is not here with me today, but if you could also take a moment to check out her channel, and if you like what you see, give her a subscribe also. That would be awesome. And while we're talking about subscriptions, hey, Alfonso, thank you for joining us. And thank you, Rebecca, for sharing it out. I appreciate it so much. And speaking of Rebecca, I want to let you all know that Miss Rebecca has a birthday coming up on July 26th. And she is incredibly close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. She needs 34 more subscribers. And we are trying so hard to help her reach her goal of 1,000 subscribers before her birthday. So I am asking each and every one of my viewers to please go check out Miss Rebecca's channel. Rebecca, please drop your link, or Ronson, drop your link. You can also hit exclamation blessed during the live, and it will drop your link. Please go and subscribe to Miss Rebecca if you have not already. We want to see her reach her goal of 1,000 subscribers before her birthday on July 26th. She has something in store, something exciting in store if she reaches her goal of 1,000 subscribers by her birthday. And we would love for her to reach that goal. Share her channel out. Share it out. All you got to do is go to her channel and click share. It's right there next to the subscribe and notification bell. And share it to your community tab. Let people know that she's got a good channel that they should check out. And let's see what we can do about getting her to her goal. She is a fun person to hang out with. And I believe, Rebecca, which days do you do lives? It's on Sunday afternoons, I believe. Is that correct? And then she's an incredible supporter. She goes to a lot of people's lives and moderates and just hangs out and supports and chats, and just an incredible person. Yes, she does go live on Mondays. What time do you go live? Um, I have forgotten on that. I know it's in the afternoon, but anyway, if you're available on Sunday afternoons, check out her channel. Go to her live and support her. I know she'd appreciate seeing you there. So anyway, let's see. What else did I have? Oh, my new van. I finally have everything in order, and I was able to go. Okay, she goes live on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central. That's 3 p.m. Eastern, or 1 p.m. Mountain, since I live in Mountain. And I know there's a few other people of us on the West Coast. Anyway, I got my new van. Finally, we got the title situation all squared away, and I was able to take the van over last week and get it registered. I have a temporary plate in the window. I'm just waiting for the real plates to show up and put them in on the van. And oh, Rebecca says, I also go live sometimes with Nancy at Our Treasured Home. Okay, awesome. There's another good channel to check out, is Our Treasured Home. So anyway, but I got these really cool license plate frames, and they are so cute. Y'all know that I do cat and kitten rescue, and right now I have 29 cats in the house and a little dog. Only 6 of the cats are technically ours. The rest, thank you, Alfonso. 6 of the cats are ours. 4 of them are 8 years old, and 2, well, one of them is 9, the other one is 10, almost 11. The 9-year-old will be 10 next May. I think I've got that right. No, she just turned 10. She'll be 11. The other one will be 11. I have 2 10-year-olds. One will be 11 in November. So I have 2 10-year-olds and 4 8-year-olds. And then I have 23 rescues. One of them, I believe, is between 2 and 4. She is the Grand Queen. And then 4 that are 13 months old, 5 that are 9 months old, 3 that are 3 months old, 4 that are a week younger than the 3-month-old ones, and 6 that are 2 months old. And so, yeah, I'm kind of the cat lady. So I got these really cool license plate frames that they have little fish bones and paw prints all the way around them, and they have these little cats sitting there facing the center, and in the center it says cat lady. I think it just says cat lady. It might say crazy cat lady. Yeah, I think it does say crazy cat lady. I'm just a little bit crazy for cats. Actually, I'm just concerned about their well-being, and I can't stand to see them suffering outside and being uncared for and able to just repopulate. So I take them in and I make sure that they get spayed and neutered. and find homes. And if that makes me crazy, then I'll wear the badge proudly. I'm the crazy cat lady and proud of it. So anyway, I got these really cute license plate frames for the van. And then while I was driving over to get my, I drove over to the other county next to us to get my license plates, because in Idaho you're allowed to do that. You don't have to buy your license plates in your county of residence. You can buy them in any county you want. So I'm on my way over there, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, I've never, ever, ever had vanity plates. I've never had personalized plates. I wonder how much that would cost, and I wonder if I have enough money to do it. So I asked, and I found out that it was only $11 extra to get personalized plates. And you only have to pay a renewal fee for that. I think they said every other year. If it's every year, it's still only $11 a year or every other year to do that. And I thought, that's not much to get what I want on my license plate, and it'd be uniquely me. And I really, every one of us is created individually, and we are very much uniquely us. There's no other person exactly like us. Even our doppelganger is uniquely their own. And so I thought, I'm going to do it if I have enough money. And sure enough, I had enough money. It cost less than I was expecting to register the van. So I ordered vanity plates for the first time in my life. And Alfonso, that would be so funny. That would be funny. I want a plate that says caution blind driver. That would be funny. That would be really cool to have. So anyway, and I have not told anybody what my plates are, but I do have my temporary plate taped to the inside of the window, in the back window. And in Idaho, you're required to have front and back plates. And welcome in, Barbara. We When you register your vehicle, you get a little paper plate that you tape to the back window and on the driver's side. And so it's anybody can see it. They already know what it is if they've looked. So I'm going to go ahead and spill the beans before I get my plate. But my license plate is, hang on. Oops. This is my license plate on the traditional red, white, and blue plates in Idaho. I didn't get any of the fancy plates, because you can get fancy plates too. But I just got the regular red, white, and blue centennial plates. But anyway, the K for Karma, cat, and then L8Y for lady. Cat lady. To go with my crazy cat lady license plates. No, you can't have images on your plates. But you can come up with your own wording, but you do have to tell them what the plates stand for. You have to write out what it means, and then it has to be submitted and approved before you get your plate. And so I'm just waiting for the approval and for them to send me my plates. And you can put in alternates if the first one isn't accepted, and I couldn't think of an alternate. So, but when they ran the suggested name, the crazy cat, or the cat lady, when they ran that name through the system, it came back as acceptable. So I have high hopes that it'll come through. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get my plates and put them on there. Now I'm just looking for seat covers that'll fit, cover uh, the entire van, all 3 rows in the same design, but I haven't been able to find that. I'm hoping to find them with paw prints or cats or something to tie it all in, and then a steering wheel cover. I've got to get the steering wheel cover because that steering wheel is so slick, it's hard to hold on to. Um, in the state of Idaho, you've got to have a vehicle to get a license plate. But I mean, you could make your own, like for a bicycle. Um, you could make up your own. I know that like in the bicycle department at um, Walmart, you can get the small plates and have them personalized. Um, and then Ronson does have a good suggestion here. You might be able to find someone on some place like Etsy to make a decorative one. That's true. That would be fun. So anyway, I'm really, really excited, and it has been so fun to be able to drive my van again, to be able to go when I need to go and not have to get up and take Logan to work. Not that I minded necessarily, but it was really early to have to get up and take him to work and then try to get all my errands done and then turn around and go right back out and pick him up by 4 o'clock, because if I was in town, that meant I had to leave town by 3 o'clock to get back out to pick him up by 4 o'clock or 3:15 at the latest. And let's see. Rebecca says, I think if I got a personalized license plate, it would probably have something to do with yarn. I can see that. That would be awesome. I think you should do it, or at least look into it and find out what it would cost to get personalized plates in Missouri. So anyway, I'm just excited to have the ability to go when I need to go and not worry about it. So I made myself a list so I can, yes, I want cat car seat covers, and I had some really cute paw print ones for the front and second row seats, um, but they don't work because I have the armrests on the seats, and these seat covers didn't. They're not designed for armrests, and so I've got to take them back to Walmart and then keep on looking. And I need to get a window visor, uh, sun visor, so that I can cut down the heat. It's got black interior, and that just absorbs the heat so much. So anyway, but I made a list for myself so that I could remember what I wanted to talk about today. Hold on just a second. Anyway, so it has been a really hectic couple of weeks for me. A couple of weeks ago, all 13 of the kittens came down sick. In fact, I think it was the day before Father's Day that they started getting sick. And oh my gosh, the poor babies. They have just been miserable. I've had 4 of them to the vet representing all 13. I had them to the vet once, and then I had one of them to the vet twice. And I had a couple of them that really, they're still touch and go. Well, I shouldn't say it that way, but I'm still keeping a close eye on a couple of them. We never really got a diagnosis of exactly what the problem was, but it started with Becky, Rebecca, named for Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. And it started with vomiting and diarrhea, and with her, and then it just one by one within 24 hours, I had all 13 kittens running at both ends, and they were losing weight. And if anybody has ever had tiny kittens or puppies, you know that it does not take long for vomiting and diarrhea to take a kitten down or a puppy. They can dehydrate and die within 24 hours. It is that serious. And I had 13 of them doing this. And it started on a Saturday night, and I couldn't get them to the vet until Monday afternoon. And so I was doing everything I knew to do with what I had to work with at home to keep them from getting dehydrated. And I spent the longest week scooping litter boxes, forcing water and food down 13 kittens. And we got them on antibiotics, and I was weighing them daily to make sure that they were still doing okay. Most of them lost a significant amount of weight throughout the illness. But once I got them on the antibiotic, about half of them started to gain weight back. And it took them about a week and a half to get over the diarrhea. And so the last couple of weeks have just been really, really rough. Yesterday, I weighed all of them again, and only one of them had a weight loss, and it was only 10 grams. And he is one of the largest of all the kittens. And so I really wasn't concerned. Talia is the one kitten that we are likely to keep. In fact, I'm planning to keep her. And she finally had a really good weight gain. She and Joe both had a really good weight gain yesterday. And so I believe I haven't seen any more severe diarrhea since, see, today's Tuesday, since Sunday. I haven't seen any more severe diarrhea. So I think we're finally maybe over the worst of it. Maybe everybody's finally got it out of their system. But I'm telling you, I have gone through so much cat litter, and we spent $250 at the vet on top of all the cat litter and cat food. And it's been expensive. Most of you know me, and you know me well enough to know that I do not beg. I will not beg. I won't even ask. And I wouldn't be saying anything right now, except Logan has had to miss some work over the last month, and his paycheck has been short this time, and it will be next time. And our rent is going to be going up soon. And we have a car payment now. Absolutely kills me to even bring this up. But I go through about $200 worth of, actually a little more than $200 worth of cat food a month, and about $100 worth of cat litter a month. Yeah, and I was blessed. The Lord led me to the right store today, and I found kitten wet food by Taste of the Wild. And it was half price. It was half price, and I think there were 10 boxes of it. And I was able to buy, let's see, if there were 10, 6 cans to a box, so 60 of the little 3-ounce cans of wet food. And it takes 3 cans per feeding, at least. So it's going to last for a little while on the wet food. If you feel led to help out with cat litter, I buy it at Tractor Supply Company. If you feel led to help out with cat food, I use the Purina One Healthy Kitten and Wellness for the adults. If you prefer to send it through Amazon, you can email me and I can give you the link. Or you can actually find the link on my page to my wellness or to my Amazon wish list, or Chewy if you prefer to do it through Chewy. I do order through Chewy. I see that Ronson has also dropped my Buy Me a Coffee link, and that's acceptable too. I am not begging. I am just asking that if you feel led to help out, it would be immensely appreciated. But please, please make sure you are taking care of your own personal needs first. Do not cut yourself short. You take care of yourself first. Please. I would feel horrible if you cut yourself short and couldn't take care of your own needs just to help out here. Because we'll make it. We have so far. God has always supplied our needs, and I know He will, even through this. So just keep that in mind. I know God will help us, but I wanted to throw it out there. Okay, Barbara, I appreciate that very much. I just am throwing this out there for anybody that's hearing this. Take care of yourself first. And then if you feel led and you want to help, it'd be an immense blessing. Um, the the 22 kittens and cats are being put up for adoption. They are not staying here. Um, Now that I'm getting them healthy again, I will be making videos with each family. I do have one video I need to get edited and put up on YouTube. And I need to do some more research. There is a chance, if I can make the connections, there is a chance that I might be able to arrange transportation. There's transportation links where um, there's people that specifically drive pets from one place to another place for the purpose of adoption. And I'm going to work on setting up, if I can find it, a connection with that. And see if I can make the adoption process easier for those who follow me and are interested in a kitten. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that my network will broaden and be able to expand the areas. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know about the kittens and where we are with that. And welcome in, Ace. I'm so glad you're here. And that is awesome. Only 15 away from 6,000. I am so happy for you. Ace, and this is for everyone. And Barbara, I did get your email. I've not had an opportunity to reach out to you. Just give me a few days. But Ace, if you would like, fill out the interview request form and join me for an interview. Let's see if we can't push your channel out there and get you some more subscribers. So, yeah, I've been extremely busy, and we celebrated our 11th anniversary this past weekend, and I was devoting my time to my husband over the weekend. So we saw an absolutely amazing video or movie on Sunday afternoon. We went to the movies, and it was amazing. Have you guys ever heard of Angel Studios? If you're on Facebook, I'm sure you have, because they advertise heavily on Facebook. I rarely go there, but every time I do, I've got about 15 ads for Angel Studios. And if I can at all in the future, once kittens are adopted and my home is back to normal, I hope to be able to subscribe to Angel Studios. I'd rather have them than Netflix any day. Excuse me. Anyway, Angel Studios puts out wholesome entertainment for families, and they have a movie in theaters right now called The Last Rodeo. If you've not seen it, oh my gosh, I encourage you to go see that movie. That's what we did for our anniversary. We didn't go out to dinner or anything else. We just went to watch The Last Rodeo. And the messages in that movie were so awesome. And if the cost of a movie ticket is prohibitive for you, check out Angel Studios because they've had they have a program called Pay It Forward, and people purchase extra tickets and donate them to people who can't afford tickets so that they can go and watch these movies. And they've got some incredible movies out and coming out. But the last rodeo, Barbara, you've seen it. It's incredible. If you've had a not so good relationship with your father or even your mother, watch this movie and see what God can do for you. God is in the relationship business, and he can heal broken relationships. He absolutely can heal them. And he is in the healing business. And healing comes in so many different forms. He can use different circumstances and different situations. Um, I I just can't say enough good about the last rodeo. Yes, it's about cowboys and rodeos but it's so much more than just the rodeo scene. It's about relationship, and you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss that movie. Anytime you see Angel Studios behind a movie, it's worth seeing. There's a movie right now that they're advertising on Facebook called, I don't remember if it's Tyler or Tyson's Run. And I really want to see that. It's about an autistic boy and his father and how their relationship is broken. And this boy wants to make his dad proud. And so he wants to run in a marathon, but there is a city official who doesn't want him to participate. And he's extremely bigoted against disabled people. And the trailers I've seen, it makes me so fighting mad at this city official for trying to bar this young man from participating in this marathon just because he's different, just because he has autism. That's the whole reason he doesn't want him in that race. And it's about relationship, a relationship between the father and the son. And you're right, Barbara, it happens so much in life. And I've seen it. Ronson mentions here in chat that he has high functioning autism. Ronson is my son. The things that we went through with him in school, the bullying, the discrimination in school, I get angry all over again at the things that he went through. And being a single parent, having to work full time, not knowing our rights, and not really having as many rights back when he was in school. I didn't know how to fight for him at the time. And in one particular incident, we didn't have a full diagnosis for him at the time. So we didn't even know that he was autistic. And didn't know how to fight, didn't want to rock the boat because we didn't want him kicked out of that school. And I really want to see Tyler or Tyson's Run. I can't remember what the name of the boy is, but I know it's something along those lines. And that's the kind of movies that Angel Studios puts out, and they always have the Pay It Forward program for any of their movies that go to theater. And they're putting out more and more and more movies at the theaters. Movies that are wholesome for the family. There's one coming out, Tyson's Run. Thank you, Ronson. There's one coming out, I believe, next month or later this month. It's called Sketch. And it's about a little girl who's got some emotional problems, and she sketches and draws things. And at some point, these sketches come to life and begin to terrorize the community. And I don't know as much about that movie, but again, it's a family movie. It's rated PG, and it looks interesting. All of her drawings come to life, and like little eyeballs with legs running around, and yeah, I don't know really how to classify that movie, and I'm not as familiar with that one. But look into Angel Studios if you're not familiar. What is this? Alfonso says, I've heard that schools and employers are now having you sign away your rights upon registering for classes, and employers will have you sign away your rights upon hiring. I don't know anything about that, so I can't speak to that. All I can say is make sure you know what you're signing. Make sure you know what you're signing. In speaking to that, in January, my husband was fired from his previous job. The state of Idaho is right to work. And when you hear right to work, it gives you a positive connotation, right? You would think right to work. Oh, okay, that gives you the right to work. That gives you rights to work where you want to work. It's not what it's cracked up to be. And sadly, I was a new voter back when this law came into place. I was 18 and I just heard right to work, and I fell for the propaganda and I voted for it, not understanding what it truly meant. So right to work in the state of Idaho means you have the right to work for a company. You have a right to come and go at will. You do not have to give a reason for leaving your job. Your employer does not have to give a reason for letting you go. They do not have to give you a 2-week notice, and you do not have to give a 2-week notice. And so back in January, Logan was let go without notice. Um, but the other thing that this law does do is it states that you do have to give, if you are let go, the company has to give you your paycheck within 24 hours if you demand it. Otherwise, they can mail it to you upon the next pay period. They fired him without reason, without explanation. And then they turned around, and this is where they broke the law. They forced him to sign a resignation letter. There is in no way a company is allowed to force you to sign anything. They cannot force you to sign a resignation letter. They cannot force you to sign a firing letter. They cannot force you to sign anything. They forced him to sign a resignation letter stating that he was voluntarily leaving the company. The reason they did that is so that they would not have to pay out unemployment. Logan also has autism and some other learning disabilities. He did not know the law. He did not know that that was against the law for them to force him to sign anything. He did not know that forcing him to sign that resignation letter before he left that office was against the law. But he brought home a copy of that. And I read that and I come unglued. And I see your comment, Barbara, about a lawsuit. We did not do that. There was a whole lot more to the story. The business was due to be sold in a month or two after he was let go. And we prayed and we stayed in peace and we allowed God to work in this situation. And we believed that it was God's way of protecting us, protecting him from things that could have gone wrong, protecting him from potentially legal issues that could have come up. Not only that, you can go back to a Talko About It Tuesday, I believe it was episode 2, and listen to the full testimony. He was fired Friday morning. On Saturday night, we told some people, several people on YouTube, what had happened. People began praying. Well, we actually let some people know Friday, but people began praying. Sunday night, Logan noticed that Babby Farms was hiring. He saw an ad on Facebook. He messaged him, told him his background. Monday morning, they asked him for an interview. He went to his interview Monday morning. They hired him Monday morning. Tuesday, he worked his last day at his old job. Wednesday, he started his new job with Babby Farms. And he is still working there full time, making far more than he's ever made. We're able to pay our bills and not worry about the fact that our rent continues to go up and go up and go up. and put the home that I worked to pay for before we ever got together. We're not putting it at risk of losing it and being on the street. God took care of us through that. So I believe, despite the fact that that company broke the law, despite the fact that they broke the law by forcing him to sign that, it was God's way of protecting us and lifting us up out of a pit that we were in. So I say all of that to tell you, never, ever, ever sign anything without reading it first and knowing what you are signing. If you're not sure, if anything looks confusing and you're not 100% sure you understand it, do not sign it. Do not sign it, especially with an employer. Do not sign it. You tell them, I need to take this home and read it before I sign it. You have that right. Then you take it home, you ask your spouse, you ask your family, you go to an attorney. Whatever you have to do, you make sure you know what you were signing before you sign it. Whew, it's hot in here. Our AC doesn't work right unless we haul water to it. We have an evaporative cooler. And we have to put water in it ourselves. What if the employer signs your name on your behalf? That is forgery. That is forgery. And you have a lawsuit. You take it to the police. You take it to the police. It is absolutely forgery if they sign your name. Believe me, I know about forgery. I've had family forge my name multiple times and then get me in trouble with credit. Yeah, that is not, that's against the law. Anyway, I was just trying to check our temperature. I saw somebody mention it was 100. At 2:38, it was 104. It's 107 here now. And our AC isn't working right, so it's getting really toasty in here. I have it running, but I got to go put air in it. Or I mean, put water in it. Not air, it's got plenty of air. Okay, well, if anybody signed your name for you against your permission, that is forgery, and they can be brought up on charges for forgery. I was talked out of bringing charges against this family member that did it to me multiple times, and also did it to somebody else in the family. And I should have just done what I knew in my heart was right and brought them up on charges, and it would have saved a lot of people a lot of heartbreak. Saved a lot of people a lot of money if I'd have done it when I knew it was right to do. But yes, if you sign someone else's name without their permission, I mean, like going and picking up their prescription and you have to sign, show your ID and sign, that's one thing. You've been asked to go pick up their prescription. And if you're on their account as being allowed to pick up their prescription, that's fine. But to sign your name without your knowledge, without your permission, that is forgery, and that is a crime. And you have every right to bring them up on charges if you can prove it. If you can prove that that is not your signature, which is, it's provable. It's provable. So anyway, let's find something else to talk about. I want something happy to talk about. I have a lot of other stuff on here that isn't real pleasant, but sadly, there's a lot of sad stuff going on. Some of you know that I participate in the Survival Seeds collaboration with the Vineyard Chicks. Unfortunately, I live in a mobile home park in the country, and we're dependent on irrigation water to water everything, including our yard. And unfortunately, they don't know what they're doing when they're running the irrigation, and they flooded the pump for the irrigation water and ruined it. So we've been without irrigation this entire summer. We've had water for about a week and a half. So my garden, the only way it gets any water is if I haul it by hand from the kitchen. And we're already having to haul water out to the AC to keep it running. And so my garden's not getting watered. Only the crucial plants like my blueberries, they're about the only ones that are even getting any water. So we found out last Friday-ish that we might, fingers crossed, might by the end of this week get irrigation water back. And I am so hopeful that we do. Because if we do, then that means we can fill the AC with water from the irrigation instead of hauling it from the house 3 trips to fill it each time, every 45 minutes to an hour, to keep the house cool, instead of going out and spraying it down and then being done. But anyway, so maybe I can still have a little bit of a garden if we can get our irrigation back on and they don't screw it up again. Do any of you guys know about Alzheimer's and dementia? Have you guys had any experience with that in your family, friends? It is one, okay, Barbara, that is one cruel disease. It is I believe that it is a demon. I really do. I'm so sorry, Barbara. It does. It hurts to see it. It really hurts. My father-in-law, he's had dementia for several years now. He has vascular dementia, which vascular dementia is in the frontal lobe, and um, the vascular dementia patients are more likely to pass from a stroke or a heart attack than they are with the dementia itself. Um, my father-in-law has been going downhill rapidly for the last year and a half. And Logan and I went at the beginning of May to see him because he had slept for four days straight. He hadn't gotten up, hadn't eaten, barely took a sip of water. He was vomiting when he would wake up. And we were pretty sure he wouldn't make it past that weekend. So they transitioned him from palliative care to hospice. And we were all preparing ourselves. And in our own way, we said our goodbyes to him. And his birthday was 2 weeks away. And he was to turn 83 or 84. 84. And so it was important to him, we could tell, to make it to his 84th birthday. And sure enough, he did. But he kept hanging on and hanging on. Now, the nurses said that everything that he was going through was his body starting to shut down, and he was losing weight. Well, let me tell you, vascular dementia is one where they don't really lose their wits. They get forgetful. They forget a lot of their past and some short-term memory, but they still very much are there. Logan called me. We've been staying in touch with his mom, and she had notified him yesterday, I believe it was, that he was sleeping and he was refusing food and drink and just not doing anything. And she predicted probably 3 days, and the nurse was supposed to be there today. Let me tell you, he's always had a little bit of this tendency to do snow jobs on you. And during this whole process of dementia, he's been real good at snowing you. He could pull a snow job on you like you wouldn't believe. let me tell you, he can do a snow job. She messaged him this morning, messaged Logan this morning, and I haven't seen the message, haven't had a chance to talk to him much, but he called me while I was inhaling my lunch before the live and informed me that when the nurse showed up, I guess he answered the door. Keep in mind, he has been sleeping round the clock for the last several days, refusing food and drink. And he has been losing weight. He's down to 158 pounds. And he's a tall man. He's about 6'1". And he's always been a big, robust man. Not heavy, not fat, just big and robust. He answered the door with a bowl of ice cream. Caught red-handed with food. But he's been refusing food and drink and sleeping round the clock. Nurse thinks that he's been snowing Mom this whole time. So when she's not looking, when she's asleep, he's getting up, eating, drinking, doing whatever he feels like doing. Putting her through a living hell. And let me tell you, it's been hell for her. I've watched her suffering her own decline with worry and grief as she's watching her husband laying there dying. And the whole time he's snowing her for the last 2 months or more. Now let me ask you, if that was your spouse doing that, what would you do? If you were dealing with dementia, and it was your spouse, or your parent, your brother, your sister, some family member super close to you, how would you handle that if you discovered that your very important loved one was doing that? I'll get to your response in a second there, Barbara. Put cameras up around the house. Yeah, you could do that. The only trouble is Mom and technology do not mix. She doesn't even like her cell phone because she can't figure it out half the time. She half the time can't figure out how to send a text message. She tries to send a picture message to us. It never gets to us. Setting up cameras would not work. I mean, it's an ideal idea. It would definitely have to be a remote system that Logan and I managed. Well, that I managed, or maybe Ronson managed. It would not be something that my mother-in-law, could handle managing. I know that. or even my brother-in-law could manage it, but definitely not my mom. Now, Barbara, you get it. You've been there. You know family who um, family that's been through dementia, and you get it. Um, Someone needs to sit him down and tell him, if you don't do right, you're going into a home. You know, when Logan told me what he was doing, I basically said something to that effect. And I flat told Logan, I said, you know what? If that were you and you were pulling that with me, your butt would be in a home so fast your head would be spinning. Because I wouldn't put up with it. That is cruel. That is disrespectful. That's hateful. And Barbara, normally I would say that you're right. But with him, threats don't work. Threats don't work. And I don't think that it would work with him. He doesn't want to go to a home, though. So, I don't know. If he did go to a home, he would have to be, they live 2 hours away from us. He would have to be in a home an hour away because he is a veteran and the closest veterans home is an hour away. Yeah. So that's some of what we've been dealing with around here, on top of the sick kittens and our poor Bella. I know you guys don't really know our pets that well, other than the kittens that are for adoption. But we have a little puppy. She's not a puppy. She's 14 and a half. She'll be 15 in November. Logan and his mom had her, well, and stepdad had her from the time she was about 2 months old. And when Logan moved up here to Idaho to be with me in 2011, June of 2011, his mom gave her to us. So she was 7 months old when we got her. We've had her for 14 years. For the last year, she's been declining rapidly, and she's showing signs of senility. She's lost a lot of her hearing, a lot of her vision, severe separation anxiety. And for the last couple of weeks, she's been choking a lot. And She's not breathing well. And I know we're going to lose her. We can't if she doesn't pass in the next couple of days. Or by the first of the week. I know we're going to have to take her. I'm not going to let her suffer, Barbara. I'm not. I have to wait. It's not fair for me to take her when Logan can't be there with her also. Bella has saved my life a couple of times. I'm diabetic, and before I was really stable, she woke me up when I was crashing, before my blood sugars could get too low to do anything. We were in a magazine that's no longer published, but we were in a magazine and we got to tell her story of how she saved me. And she's been so hard-headed and difficult to train. And she's a barker. She's just a little terrier, or a little terror, as we like to call her. But I love the dog. And I'm not a dog person. I'm definitely a crazy cat lady. But I'm gonna miss her. So between 2 weeks of very ill kittens, not knowing when my father-in-law was gonna pass, only to find out he's been snowing us the whole time, and watching my dog decline. And the title mix-up on my new van. It's been a rough couple of weeks. And I just want you guys to know how much you all have kept me grounded. And how much I appreciate each and every one of you who show up every week to one video or another. And that you're there for me, whether you know it or not. It means the world. Just knowing that I have community. I may not know you personally, but I know you here. And I know that when I show up for a live on Mondays and Tuesdays, or when I have a premiere on Thursdays, I've got my true blues there. I've got my friends, my family. Y'all mean the world. I didn't mean to go off like this today. I didn't want it to be an old sad, serious live. But that's the thing about Talko About It Tuesday. You never know which direction it's going to go. You never know. We just talk from our heart. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Barbara. So, anyway, I've got to change the subject. I do. Um, I do want to mention real quick Miss Anne from Amdale Homestead, her and her husband. They are going through a very difficult time. If you do not know them, those of you who are listening on the replay, excuse me, um, please check them out. They are going through a very difficult time. Her husband, Worth, has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Um, Men, get, if you're of a certain age, um, honestly, I should know this and I don't. Um, if you're of a certain age, get your PSA tested. My understanding is that it is a simple blood test. Um, get it tested. It can save your life. Uh, my daddy had prostate cancer, and he is a survivor. Prostate cancer is one of the most curable cancers if caught early. Um, there's no reason for it to be neglected. It's a simple blood test. Get it checked, men. Ladies, make sure your men are getting their PSA tested. Very simple blood test. It can save their lives. Um, I know that we're going to be getting Logan's checked. He should have already had it checked by now, and I don't believe that he has had it done. Yes, like I said, men of a certain age, I believe the age is 40, but I'm not positive on that. Um, Logan is going to be 54 in August, and I don't know if he's ever had his checked. So we are going to be insisting that it be done. So anyway, get it done. I know Ronson is 34. He's got 6 years, and then he's going to have to start getting his tested. And I will be insisting on that because his grandpa had prostate cancer. And they may even want to start earlier with him because of that. So, and we don't know his dad's family history. I never did get his dad's family history before we divorced. And that's my fault. I should have had that for Ronson's sake, and I didn't do that. So that is something to look into and make sure that we are keeping tabs on that for him. So please, men, make sure you're getting it tested. So now on to something a little bit more cheerful, a little more fun. Y'all know that I do go into the dark once in a while. Here we go, back to the light. So, y'all know that I do Meet Me Mondays, where I invite different channels to come up for an interview. It is my way to help get them some exposure, let them tell a little bit about themselves, a little bit about their channel, and promote their channel to an audience that may not otherwise know about them. So what I want to find out from you guys, I'd like those of you that are in chat to first, I am not asking you to put my channel in this question, in the answer. Don't put my channel in the answer, please. That's not what I want. I want to know what your favorite channel is to watch, the one that you go to the most to watch when you just want to relax. What is your favorite channel to watch? If everybody would please list their favorite channel, I would appreciate it. I'll let you know why in just a minute. I have been working on sending out a bunch of emails to different channels and going to ones that are in my subscription list and looking for emails. And okay, Alfonso, you mentioned Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Okay. Barbara, you go to Ink Masters or judge shows. Okay. Like which judge shows? And Rebecca, you watch Lori Prepping for Heaven. Okay. All right. Ronson, do you have a favorite show or channel that you go to the most? Family Courts. Okay. No, you're not strange. Not at all. Not at all. We all have unique and different interests. Just throw the name of one out there. One that you really enjoy watching. Okay, you don't like drama. Yeah. A lot of us don't like drama. We look to find ways to relax, and drama is not relaxing. All right, Ronson likes Joey Does Tech and My Mate Vince. Okay, good channels. I know Joey Does Tech. That's a really good one. Oh, it follows you, huh? Sometimes, yeah. All right. So those are really good starting points. Now, if I were to ask you what is your favorite genre on YouTube, what would you say? What is your favorite genre? Like, I somehow found myself thrown into the homesteading community. You go to Alfonso's? Okay. All right. Ronson says, my mate Vince is also repairs, but a very wide variety of things, where Joey is more video game systems. Oh, okay. Very cool. So what is your favorite genre to watch? Mom and son train rail fans is Alfonso's favorite channel. Okay, good. You're all over, love many things. You change much, resin and handmade crafts. Okay. Rebecca likes watching mechanics work on cars. All right, I can see that after our interview. All right, so you gravitate towards mechanics. Alfonso likes model railroads and agriculture. Okay. Rebecca, name me one or two of your favorite mechanics channels to watch. And Alfonso, you do the same. Name one or two of your favorite model railroad and agriculture channels. Ronson, one or two of your favorite channels in those genres. Everybody name one or two of your favorite channels within the genre that you like the best. Barbara, yours would be in crafting. Name one or two of your favorite crafting channels. Okay, can you think of any others besides the ones you've already named? Poxy Princess or Nick Zimity? Okay. All right. Now, while everybody in chat during the live is answering this question, for those of you watching the replay, I'm asking you the same questions. Will you please go to chat or to the comment section and name your favorite genre, whether it's um, van life, uh, gardening, art, like painting, or tech. Maybe it's ASMR or whatever your favorite genre is. Tell me what that is, and then name one or two channels that you really love to watch, please. And I'll get to the reason why in just a second. Okay, um, name any channels that you want to name, Ronson. That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't have to be within the United States. It can be wherever. I just need at least one or two from each of you. Okay, while you guys are doing that, here's what I'm doing. I am helping you help me create Meet Me Mondays for the future. You see, Meet Me Monday isn't just for the homesteading community. Meet Me Monday is for all of YouTube. And I'm wanting to show you that we all have interests that go beyond this little box that we have somehow been put into. Somehow I got put into the box of homesteading. But you know what? I also read. I also paint. I also do cat rescue. I also do so many other things. I am so much more than just homesteading, although I absolutely love my homesteading community. Maybe you enjoy music and there's a favorite music station, or not station, but channel that you like to watch who does lives and performs music live. I can think of one that I enjoy going, actually two that I enjoy going and listening to on the regular. And what I want to do is to create a list from the ones that you're naming so that I can go and approach them and say, hey, we all have interests outside of our little niche, outside of our little box that we've been put into. And I want to introduce you to some other people who may not be able to find you otherwise. Maybe Jerry at Butler's Family Farm likes technology and didn't realize it. Maybe he enjoys watching Joey Does Tech and he didn't know he enjoyed it. Or maybe Rebecca enjoys, let's see, maybe she would enjoy Buy It, Fix It. And she didn't know that she would enjoy it. Or maybe Barbara would enjoy Smoky Mountain Blessed or Artist Storyteller or even Dave's Auto Center. And she didn't know that she would. You see where I'm going with this? So I want to break out of the box that I've been put into and help to bring in more channels that people can maybe find a new interest that they didn't know they had. And you're helping me with that. So I'm going to write down all these channels that you've listed. And if you would like to, you can send me an email with the links to those channels. You don't have to. You don't have to. But if you would like to, you can. But I am going to write down all those names and I'm going to look them up. And I'm going to go check them out and see if there's an email where I can reach out to them and invite them for an interview. And also, I would invite you guys to also invite them to check out Lewis Acre Farm and see if they would be interested in coming and doing an interview to expand their audience. I'm also looking for channels that maybe are just starting out. Maybe they only have 50 subscribers and they're just starting out and they're looking to grow. Maybe they're trying to get to 100 and they don't know where to go or how to go about doing it. Getting an interview and being exposed to the 500 plus subscribers that I have might just get them to 60 and help them to grow. That's what Meet Me Monday is all about. So help me to help you help other channels. So anyway, that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get your feedback. I wanted to find out what kinds of channels you enjoy, what broad interests we all have. I think people would be surprised at the things that we all enjoy and how many interests we have in common that are not part of the homesteading lifestyle. So, and speaking of Meet Me Monday, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go ahead and go live on Monday or if I'm going to just hold off until Thursday. I needed to make this announcement. I will post it on my community tab and I will set up the live. This is an extremely rare deviation from my normal schedule. I do not deviate from my schedule for Meet Me Mondays. I am doing this on an extremely limited, rare basis. But I have to do it for this one person because she is so incredibly unique and special. You guys are not going to want to miss July 10th. Now, the last time I said July 8th, that was our previous date that we had scheduled. She needed to move it to July 10th. July 10th is Thursday. I normally put out thoughts for Thursday on Thursday at 1 o'clock for a premiere. However, I probably am going to bump that to Friday at 1 o'clock, on the 11th at 1 o'clock. And here's why. I have the amazing Dr. Lauren Baker coming to Meet Me Monday for a live interview. I let her choose the date and time. It was the only way that I could get her. Dr. Lauren Baker is with Animal Ranch Care. That is the name of her channel. If you're here listening to this, you can have a little sneak peek into what she does if you want to go and check that out ahead of time. Dr. Lauren Baker is a chiropractor. She works on both humans and animals. And she is amazing. She goes live on Sundays and she has story time where she will talk, share things about her personal life. She also does answer questions about chiropractic care. Sometimes she does road trips with her mama. In fact, she just got back from a road trip with her mama. Her husband has a channel also. I can't think of the name of it right now. But he is known as the Handsome Tim. And sometimes she's live with him. If you've ever been interested or curious about or wondered about what in the world is chiropractic care and why would you even want to go to a bone crusher or had any kind of questions whatsoever for chiropractic care, you do not want to miss Dr. Lauren Baker on July 10th at 1 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Eastern. Got to make sure I convert those times for the time zone challenged. I really hope that you will mark your calendars. I'm going to be setting that up here very soon, and I will be pushing that because I really want to have a good audience for her. Come with all your questions. Please come with all your questions for Dr. Baker. She is setting aside her time during her incredibly busy schedule to come and be a part of our lives, and share her story, share her skills, her talent, her gift of medical knowledge with us. And so I really want to have a good show for that. Once I get it published, please share it out. Invite everybody that you know to come and be a part of it. It's going to be good. It's going to be incredible. So that's awesome, Barbara. That's awesome. Rebecca, thank you for dropping that link to her channel. I appreciate that. She shows a lot of her work with animals, and it's incredible. It is just incredible. So anyway, that is July 10th, 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Eastern. So you do not want to miss that. Thoughts for Thursday will be bumped to Friday the 11th for that week, so that we can accommodate her schedule and have her here live with us where you can ask her questions. If I do not answer your question during the live, I'm starring those questions to hold them to the end so that she can just focus on questions. So please don't think I'm ignoring you. We will get questions. Questions are held to the end during Meet Me Mondays. So just keep that in mind. A lot of times questions are answered during the interviews. So that's why we don't immediately jump to your questions during Meet Me Monday. We hold the questions till the end so that maybe your question will be answered while we're talking. I am so sorry, Barbara, to hear that you have cancer. Just remember that cancer is the little c, Christ is the big C, and he is in control, and we will be praying for you. So anyway, we have been on here for 2 hours. My husband is home from work, and I need to go and find out what's going on with my father-in-law. And so absolutely, God is carrying you, and Jesus walks with you daily. Amen. I am going to wrap this up. Miss Glenda will be back with me next week, and we're going to have a good time. Oh, real quick, I have to show you. Have you guys ever heard of Woot? I know Ronson has, because he's the one that told me about it. Have you ever heard of Woot? WOOT exclamation point. It's an app or an offshoot of Amazon. Y'all know that we do a giveaway. We do a giveaway once a month here on Talk About It Tuesday. I give something away from my channel, and then Miss Glenda gives something away from her channel. And on Woot, you can get some really nice things for really reasonable prices. And they're really known for their t-shirt deals. Well, I meant to wear this, but it is way too hot for a t-shirt today. I found the cutest shirt. Look at that. Isn't that perfect for Tuesdays? I have one for myself, and I just happened to find one for a giveaway. Now, I couldn't buy one in every size, and you have to buy them at the time they're on sale, or you can't get them for that price. I got it for a steal of a deal. So I have one in a size extra large to give away at some point in the future. I also have another one related to tacos that will be given away at some point in the future. And so just know that there is a t-shirt up for grabs sometime this month. Uh, so, and there will be another one in the future sometime later on down the road. I did buy extra large because I figured that was probably the most common size. And if you were a little smaller, it could be a nightshirt, if nothing else, or you can always give it away. Um, but anyway, so those of you that are here today get a little sneak peek into a future prize from Lewis Acre Farm. And so now I will wrap it up. Actually, no, they are not smaller. I buy a 3X and every 3X fits me just great. They really, they fit great. It is Amazon. It's just like their clearance house. Um, it's basically their clearance house where they have things that are overstocked and they just want to clear out some of it. Uh, that's where they give away or get rid of a lot of their um, overstock merchandise is through Woot. And they have special deals quite frequently. It's different than Haul. Haul is another one of theirs, but that's basically their answer to Temu. Haul is their answer to Temu. Woot is their clearinghouse. So anyway, check it out sometime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get free shipping if you pay through Amazon. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Please, please, please go and hit the thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please be sure you hit the subscribe button. And be sure you're hitting that little bell. There's a little bell on there. Make sure that you're hitting the one for all so that you're notified every time that I go live and every time that I drop a premiere for Your Thoughts for Thursday or any other video that I might drop. And so with that, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for spending the last 2 hours with me. I really, truly appreciate it. And thank you, thank you, thank you for your feedback on the questions I asked about the channels and the genres. I will be writing those down and I will be reaching out to the different channels that you've mentioned and inviting them for an interview. If you think of any other channels, let me know about them or invite them to fill out the form found in the About section on my channel. So with that, thank you for being here. Thoughts for Thursday coming out later this week. It might end up happening to be Friday. I think I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. Saturday will be Lazy Saturday chat with Glenda on Grace and Fire with Glenda. And I'll let you know about Monday. So have a wonderful evening. God bless. Have a blessed week. Bye, guys.